Hey, good morning, it's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving well. And I also pray this morning you have an extra sense of courage and conviction in your heart today. You know, I want to address something that's been coming up a whole lot lately in the world. It's certainly been coming up in this community because many of you have been sharing this with me privately and asking just basically for just someone to stand with you, someone to hear you, someone to see you. And I so appreciate that opportunity that you give me, the honor to stand and see you. The subject has been vulnerability. The subject is being open. The subject is being a person who has faith and believes in common humanity. The offering of vulnerability. You know, I'm a big believer that vulnerability is the birthplace of common humanity. But you know what? Vulnerability these days, oh my goodness, it is like, oh, if you have the faith and you have the courage and you have the conviction to open your heart wide and allow yourself to be the instrument through which life flows, you are going to be met with resistance. It's just how it is. You know, it's not necessarily that I believe that people don't want to see you being an instrument for the divine. They don't want to see you be an outlet for the light. It just brings up things for people. It's just natural. It's an inclination. Every human being has varying degrees of wiring for safety, varying degrees of keeping ourselves in a space that allows us to have all things predictable and somewhat fear-filled because we love to control what we know. And when someone like you, someone like this community, someone like me, steps out in the world, you know what? It brings up things for people. And you begin, as I do every now and then, to say, oh my goodness, should I dim my light to make the world more comfortable? Should I kind of just turn down my love so I don't stick out so far? Vulnerability, being seen to be someone who cares, being seen to be someone who's open and courageous and believes in common humanity, believes in love, begins each and every day and saying, I'm going to be an instrument for letting the divine come through me. In every single way, it's going to be compassion, it's going to be acceptance, it's going to be inclusion. It is going to be me living with my heart out loud, and I am willing to take the shots. I am willing to have haters come in. I am willing to be seen for someone who has a level of beautiful delusional optimism, and it is my superpower. So I'm looking at you this morning, and if you are feeling every now and then, oh my goodness, I think I want to drop back in to groupthink. I think I just want to now maybe more align with status quo because it's too scary to be out there believing that this is a time for people to come together, and I am going to be part of that instrumentation. I'm going to be part of that catalysm, if that's a word, to bring out the best in humanity. Here's what I also know. Being vulnerable, being open, caring, not being afraid to have your heart on your sleeve and lead with your heart's knowing is exactly what we're all being called to do right now. I just want to remind you of something you may need to hear this morning. That is a beautiful blessing to feel the way you do. It is an absolute necessity and beautiful divine responsibility to be a demonstration, expression of what it is that you know to be true. So let us go out in the world today, humbly, but with a level of hunger to meet every human being where they are and love them into a space of where they could be. Like you, believing that all is possible through love. And it begins with being vulnerable enough to believe in that first in yourself and allowing it to be demonstrated all around you. What a beautiful time to be alive, and thank goodness you feel the way you do. It is a blessing to be you. Thank you. Much love. All blessings. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.